this is Johannes.
And this is Cinema.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And welcome back to Keep or Cull, where we play our whole collection of 600 plus games and decide whether to keep or cull them.
That is correct, and this is another Spiel Special episode.
Yes.
Because there's so many games that we brought home from Spiel, and we can't possibly do reviews of all of them. So as we said last time, we basically now have like a three tiers. We have the full review, then we have the rambling reviews, and then we have the keep or cull, which is basically going to be mini reviews, and also if we want to keep or cull them.
Yes, because we can't keep every one.
No, that's
just
kind
like
of
reminding you.
That is the point of keep or
them all.
cull. Gonna keep them all, board game on. Okay.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes, I am.
You're gonna start over on your side?
I'm going to start over on my side. It's the
upside down game.
Journey to the Middle of the Earth.
That is correct. This is a roll and write game. It's a game I have heard about before we played it.
Wow.
Are you ready?
High praise. Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I did not have fun with this.
Nope.
It's about like making a route to the center of the Earth and then back before the others.
Yeah, not back, but to another volcano.
Oh yeah, of course. And then
that's not of course.
Okay.
You had to play the game.
Like true, not back where you came from. That is not the point. Well, and you're going to try to collect some symbols while you're there.
They're not actual symbols. I think like thematically there's actually things like
and
you find
water. You
find
to
some
survive.
fishes and some giant mushrooms.
That's
and
how
things.
much I care about this game, because I thought it was too lucky.
Yeah.
In the roll and write genre, there are a lot of good roll and writes. For example, Trails of Tucana, which I really enjoy. This is not one of those for me.
No, I agree. It was not amazing, nothing that I need to keep, which is why we chose Cull. That's kind of the point.
That's how it works.
So let's go to the next game. This is then Sobek 2 players. It's a game from Bruno Catala and Sebastian Passon. I don't know how he says his name, so I'm just like saying Passon. Missing out the last letters of the word. If it's
Sebastian.
Sebastian is his name.
Yes.
I hope he's saying it that way, not like
Sebastian.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
1, 2, 3, boom.
This was nice.
Yes.
This is heavily influenced by King Domino, we felt like when we played it.
It's the same designer, so it's okay.
Yes, and he's kind of taking that you need to have like the symbols and the biggest area.
There's no areas. You score by placing tiles of the same.
I was explaining King Domino.
Oh, okay, I think okay.
And he's taking that. Just listen to my words.
I am. They didn't make much sense to me.
And now you're picking like wares at the market, kinda, and you want to have. Okay, you do it.
No. I'm just listening to your words, which is what you said I was gonna do.
Listen to my words.
Listen to my words. Yeah, that's it. You're basically taking tiles from markets, as you just said.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I have to say it again.
Yeah, because you said it better.
No, I didn't say exactly the same words, basically. and yeah, you want to score points.
Yes.
It's a fun game. It feels like if you enjoy King Domino, if you enjoy. It felt like basically like a mix between King Domino, Quadropolis, which is not the same designer, and one more. Jaipur basically feels like the same kind of theme as Jaipur. You want to have sets of different resources, but the way you get the sets are different, and also you have some characters with special abilities. It was a very pleasant game. It's like 20 minutes. I think we spent like 25 minutes.
What I enjoy but not enjoyed with this game is the same. It's that you're kind of wanting to get your opponent to do the worst thing possible, which sometimes makes me drive myself and you like both in a corner, and the game ends quicker. So I always, because when you place when you take a resource, you have to place like the marker there, and it dictates which row or column or something.
Really like that.
And that your opponent or yourself, the next player has to grab from. But you want to like block so that you don't point towards like this really cool piece.
That is true.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. We're gonna keep it. Keep over here. Okay, next up we have another game.
Terra Futura.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I I thought this was nice when we played it. Sadly for me, it is a little forgettable.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to play this with me, I would say yes, because it's a fun little game.
And it'll take like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're building cards in a grid, and you either get resources or you activate like the rows are common, so you transform the resources into things that will get you points. And you have some final scoring cards, which also lets you like activate some bonus buildings, and you also want to have the lowest amount of like corruption.
No, pollution. Pollution is the other game have corruption.
I liked it, but it wasn't. I would never choose to play it myself.
No,
basically,
it's a fine design. Like it's good, but it's a game on a pile of games.
Yes.
Okay, next up then we have Oriantis. This is from Cranial Creations. This is a kind of, I don't know if it's just like a reskin of an older game or if it's like a reimagination, but it is based on an older game. I don't remember the name. It does not have this cutesy artwork. It looks like a very bland Euro game, the other one. This is more of a cutesy artwork. Looks like a kid's game.
But there's not very much cutesy artwork in it, though. It's mostly on the box.
And on the cards.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
That's true. That's true.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I thought it was fine.
Yes.
It's basically, how would you describe it? Is it a real majority game?
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically you have different colors. So you want to have all the islands, 12 islands in the beginning of the game, and you want to control those islands when this piece that looks like a poop comes to it. It is supposed to be like Mother Nature, but it just looks like a little poop. I don't know why. I think they thought that was going to be funny. And it's kind of funny because now I can say poop on the internet, which is something I always wanted to do in my life. So that's bucket list.
You can't do it.
No, it would be strange to say just like poop in random videos.
Well, we could do it.
We could, if we always talk about Dungeon Bets, we could always talk about poop. But yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the game. It's not about poop, like Dungeon Bets. This game is basically like a double majority thing. Like you have a board, and if you place different colors on it, like the same color, you will then control that color. And if you control the color, then the type of those colors give you influence on the island. So when the little poop comes to the island, then you will win that island and get a tower of it if you have the most influence. So it's kind of like a double influence thing. And then when you have two islands adjacent to each other, which you control, then they merge to become one island, so it's harder for opponents to take it over. I think there's a lot of interesting things here. We played a 2-player game, like there was a 3-player game, the 4-player game is a team game. I thought it was fine. Like it was nothing here. I was like, oh, I never want to play this again. But it was nothing either that was like, oh, I need to own this and play it a lot.
Like I thought about this after we played it, and that is a very good sign because I lost.
Yeah.
And that means that I'm like in after we played it, I'm just like, okay, how could I have won this? And that is actually a very good sign for a game. I really enjoy that mechanism that. Okay, this color is not my piece, so I have to protect it. I have to keep the majority, but then also if I only put my pieces into the majority, then it doesn't net me a lot of power on the actual board, and you have to like balance that, which I think is really interesting. So actually, I'm hoping for another game that takes some inspiration from this and makes it better, so that I will like it more.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but nothing amazing. So on the Cull pile you go.
Oh, then we have Cartographers Heroes? No.
Yeah, this is basically the big box collector's
edition,
thing which had all of the new stuff, and then we added our own copy of Cartographers.
Okay, cool.
So we played the Cartographers Heroes, and we have not played all the other maps.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I like Cartographers. It's a very solid roll and write.
Yes, I would be sad that when I went out and bought the collector's edition on Kickstarter and then we're just gonna cull it.
That's true.
Like this isn't like a super big box, but now you have a lot of different variability in it that we probably will never play with. But you have the possibility to do so. We do. Different maps look interesting. I didn't feel like we played with the heroes. I didn't feel like those were that interesting. Like I feel like
didn't get a lot of them either, so.
Yeah, we got like there's only possible for 4, and we got 3. So I think we got almost all of them. But I feel like the ruins of the base game is kind of more interesting. This was kind of like it was fine. I am looking forward to play the other maps, but it's still Cartographers and it's still fun, and yeah, it's good.
Yes, I agree. So keep
Porini. Yes, it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was your turn, but it's my turn. Then we have Camel Up off season. So we have played Camel Up once.
Yeah, we have.
And did not like it a lot.
I can see why people like it, but
Not for me.
I don't. Yes.
So I basically bought this just because I wanted to see what it was. I knew it was kind of a different game.
Well, we looked at it together at the live thing that we did before Spiel, and I was just like, another Camel Up game? We don't need that. But somebody commented that this is something entirely different.
Yes.
And then we were just like, oh, okay. Then we don't have to like write it off. We have to check it out. And we did.
And we have played it. That's kind of the point. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Like, this was fun.
It was.
I had a lot of fun.
Big surprise.
Yes.
Not that I didn't like have any. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be good either.
I just I think it's a lot of cool stuff in this game.
Yes.
Both the way that you bid for being the first player, so that you can pick in the market first, because there's also like on the market you have a special ability that you can do that changes up if there's some options there, and you also get some visible wares and some hidden,
face up cards and face down cards.
Yes. Invisible wares,
like, whoa!
Where are they? And you place them onto camels, and your camels have different capacity. So you have a camel which can only hold 3 wares, and the most is 6, and you can only have like 1 set of ware on the same camel.
Yes.
So if I get too many carpets on my camel, it falls over and I lose all my carpets.
Yeah, because you can't pick them up from the ground.
Yes, and you can only like score 1 camel, like 1 ware type a round.
Yes.
So, yeah, that I thought it was really clever.
I was just thinking thematically, like the camel falls down, do you just leave it there and it's like, oh, those carpets?
No, he gets up because you use the
But
camel.
why can you not pick up the carpets?
Because they were ruined. Because the camel steps on all the carpets.
Oh, yeah, okay, it makes sense.
I don't know.
One thing I do really like is that it has kind of the same... You know, when you play Las Vegas, the dice game, and you end up placing the same amount of dice as somebody else on something, and that doesn't count now. This is the same in the auction. So there's some small rules for the auction. For example, this round you can't bid 2, or this round the player who is the first player bid is 1 lower, and some like small different things. But when you show it's a blind bid, basically everybody shows it, and if 2 player bids the same, then that bid doesn't count.
Yeah.
So you can basically be first player by bidding 0 if everybody else bids the same, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then after that, like, because the family game is just basically the first player wins, and then it's just going to go clockwise. So I would have liked it to be a bit more complicated that way, because then you can be lucky to be second and not pay anything, but it's going to change from round to round, and it is a family game, so it doesn't really bother me at all.
Yeah, I agree.
So Camel Up, off seasons, a really big surprise and a fun game. Last up, we have Origins, First Builders.
Yes.
This is another like medium game. It's a lot less heavier than the other games that has come from Board and Dice in this genre, like the T games. So this is Origins. Let's see what we think.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, boom.
We're very in sync today.
Yeah, we were actually like 100%.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with the game, but it wasn't anything that intrigued me, and there wasn't anything here that said to me, like, I need to play this instead of Tekenu, or Teotihuacan, or Tawatinsuyu, or Trismegistus, like all of the T games. Those are all heavier games, so if you don't like heavier games, this might be better. But there was some interesting concepts, some interesting mechanisms, but nothing that made me have a lot of fun, sadly. Yeah,
I didn't get that, I want to play it more, I want to do it better feeling. I really thought it had some cool mechanisms to it.
Yes.
You have these dice that are basically your workers, and some of the action spaces, like the value changes. So if the value of the action is 3 and you have the dice that are 2, then you have to pay or you can't go there. And also if it's the right color, then you get to do a bonus action, and you can get like some bonus dice or some more dice to your, and if they are getting high, then they die. Well, That
That's
came
like
out very
political.
wrong.
That's political. Like,
Yes.
if you're getting high, you're gonna die.
Well, but if it turns like to 6, because it's like ascending each turn, it gets higher and higher.
Yes.
Well, everything doesn't make sense anymore. Then you can't use him anymore. He retires, kind of.
It becomes an advisor, basically.
Yeah, and you're also trying to build these buildings in specific patterns and then close out of districts and get points and
So yeah,
abilities.
I did like a lot of the game, but it was nothing, as I said, like amazed me. And also there was a couple of graphical things that was kind of a problem.
Yes.
For example, these things that you turn around and you use them as
like the indicator for the space.
for the different space, like these ones. When they have numbers from 1 to 6 around here, and if you
it was
sit,
impossible to see.
like for me, I was at the top of the board, it was fine, but for you on the other side, you had to kind of guess.
Actually, like, is it a 3 or is it a 2?
Very nice components, but it didn't work that well. And also the buildings have very tiny text.
So tiny.
So if you're like me and you're sitting upside down when you're playing games, you're not gonna see them, so you have to remember the different things. So it was a fine game, nothing amazing. I would rather just play all the other amazing games from Board and Dice.
Or all the other amazing games that
but like
but
this feels it feels like in the same vein, even though it's not the same designer. You have the dice that you place, you have the dice that goes up and up, like in Teotihuacan, you have that as well, and it feels like in the same vein, but just those other ones felt better to me.
I agree.
So those are more games getting
I'm just like
kept and code, which are not words. So yes, I don't know, that's Cartographers, you can't even see it. So best and worst experience from this pile
Best
of games.
was Camel Up because it was such a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect it to be that like delightful. It's like it's not the best game I've ever played, but I would happily play it again.
And it's a game that goes up to 6 players, so I would
that
happily
is
like
awesome,
when we are 5 players that don't play a lot of games. I'm gonna like this is one of the ones I will choose to play.
Yes, absolutely.
When we're done with other things.
Worst is definitely this one, the Journey to the Center of the Earth. It was just like, I didn't feel like I had much to say about whether I lost or won. Like where you start is a little, I don't. And you also can like destroy the other paths, so you would like build in.
I would never get anywhere because
Oh,
people always destroyed wherever I was trying to go, so I couldn't do anything. So we are really in sync today. I agree with those two, like the best and worst experience. And that's not a pile of Keeper Cull games.
Yeah, I'm just like remarking that my new job is to describe the games.
Yes.
And it kind of segued into that naturally. And I don't know why we got there because...
you just started doing it.
Yeah, I explained them so poorly.
You don't.
So,
you're getting better all the time.
Good.
So I think
this is my exercising. I'm building up to that video we're going to make where you just like hand me random games and I have to describe them. So you have to do it now before I get too good at it.
I think it's fine. I think you're good. I think you're good enough.
Thank you.
So that is another Keeper Cull video. This is going to be for a long time. We're going to talk more about it. We're going to do like a year in review video. We're going to talk about Keeper Cull for this year and what's going to be next year.
Yes.
Things are happening. We are going to continue doing it because people are enjoying it and we are enjoying it, and we still have like 400 games that we haven't played.
So many
and games are coming in. So yes, that is the end. If you are still here and you have not subscribed, you can do so now by
clicking the subscribe button.
And if you want to do something else that is also very helpful, you can go to patreon.com/boardgamingramblings and support us there. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.